Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramakrishna. Let us begin our class with the usual prayers. Akanda Mandalakaram Yatam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Hari Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadikamastu Navidhishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Vasudeva Sudam Devam Kamsajanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Welcome to the weekly class on Srimad Bhagavad Gita for practical life. We are now in the second chapter at a very crucial stage. It is crucial because after hearing 53 verses, Arjuna has raised a question. Arjuna wants to know from Lord Krishna that all the time you have been telling me about a man of steady wisdom, a man who has attained samadhi, a man whose mind is one-pointed, concentrated. So you have been only telling about the glory. But have you ever seen such a person in the world? Is there anybody amongst us who can say that he is this according to this definition? So his question has come to the mind of Arjuna. So he raised this question last week we saw. Who is an enlightened person? Instead of asking like this straightforward question, Arjuna is putting 4 questions. What are the 4 questions he says? He says, what is the external mark of an enlightened person? Is there any external mark? So by seeing him, by seeing in black suit or coat, you'll find, oh, he is an advocate. He practices law. If you find a white coat and the stethoscope, you know he is a doctor. So an engineer has got an orange color cap. So immediately you understand the external marks are there to know who he is. So is there any external mark for a God-realized soul? So Sthita Prajna, you are talking about Sthita Prajna. Prajna means the wisdom, Sthita is stabilized. So a stable wisdom a person is having, and what is his external mark? Siddha Prajna Ka Bhasha. Bhasha has got different meanings. One meaning is the language. This is Sanskrit Bhasha, Tamil Bhasha, Malayalam Bhasha, Hindi Bhasha, like that we say. So Bhasha means language. There is another meaning is Bhasha means how you look outside. That is also a meaning, connotation is there. So he says, Siddha Prajna Ka Bhasha. A man of stable wisdom, what is his outward mark? And then he says, Sthita Dehi Kim Prabhasheta. How does he talk? That's also a beautiful question. Because we are all talking. For instance, we all have come for listening to Lord's words. Bhagavad Gita is spoken by Lord Sri Krishna. So what we should do when we come to the class? If you have come little earlier, some people come after my coming. I am not talking about them. Those who have come before me, what they should do? They should prepare their mind to listen to the words of Lord Sri Krishna. Instead of that, the next person sitting, his words you are listening. Not only you are listening to the next person, you are also talking to the other person, making him listen your words. So when you enter here, instead of getting that wonderful, peaceful state, you are having, in Bengali we say Machli Bazaar, where the fish market is there. How the fish market is, everybody is talking and shouting and going, like that. So a class cannot be like that. So even I entered there, I could hear the sound of the murmurs, and the murmurs became so noisy. Because we are not interested to listen to the Lord's words. How do you prepare your mind to listen to the Lord's words unless you silence your mind? So the Gita cannot be understood or grasped unless we make our mind silent. That's why meditation is to be done silently. So in the temple when you come, the board is that silence. So we are not put here. In other places I've seen silence, maintain silence. Why maintain silence? Because in silence only you can hear the Lord's words. Because the Lord is within us. So He is sitting within our heart and He is going to tell you. So one verse of this Bhagavad Gita is wherever Sri Krishna says, Bhagavan Vacha. So there the Lord is telling. So unless we make ourselves silent, we cannot hear. So a man of realized soul, what does he talk? How does he speak? That question naturally comes. Is he all silent all the time? Or he also speaks? If he speaks, how does he speak? Does he speak like all of us? We talk so many subjects. Does he speak also so many subjects? Or what is the meaning of asking, the real meaning of asking, how does he speak? Everybody has got tongue and everybody has got the language. So with the language, whatever he speaks. So is there any deeper meaning to that? Then that comes, we shall look into that. Then the third question is asked, Kimasi there. How is he seated? Is he seated in a cushion chair? Or in a plastic chair like this? How is he seated? Or on the floor? No, that is not meant when Arjuna asked, Kimasi there. How does he sit? That also has got a spiritual meaning. What is the meaning of the seating? That we shall look into later. Then, another thing says, how does he speak? How does he sit? And then, Rajayat Kim, how does he walk around? That is another beautiful question. How does he walk around? Does he always run or does he walk also? Rajayat means walking. So, Rajayat Kim, how does he walk around? How does he wander? So that is 4 questions he asked. So Bhagavan starts with verse 55. So this is very 55 to 72. You can see how Bhagavan is going to, in these 18 verses, he is going to explain the marks of a realized soul. So Adi Shankara, while taking up the commentary on these verses, he says that these verses are not only meant to depict a man of realized soul, but also very helpful hints for those who are in spiritual life to reach that state. That means a person who has already realized God, how he will behave in that behavior is suitable or practicable for the person who is practicing to become like that. So, for the striver as well as for the man who has reached the goal, for both of them, these 18 verses are applicable. So I told you last week, these 19 verses from the question of Arjuna and the 18 verses of answer of Krishna. These are every day it will be chanted in Mahatma Gandhi's ashram in Bhagavad. When Gandhiji used to be there, wherever he would go, the morning hours, he would chant these 19 verses. It was by heart for him, of course. And then he would say, and he said, why do you chant this? So he said that I want to focus on my life, whether I can follow these principles that Sri Krishna says for the strivers. Because I am a striver in spiritual life. I am taking efforts to practice spirituality. So let me also follow these items. So this is a very wonderful passage that we are coming. That's why I said crucial. Now here, the verse 55, Sri Krishna opens his mouth. He now answers Arjuna. Sri Bhagavan Vacha. What he says, Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogata atman evatmana tushtaha sthita pragyas tadokshate. So he is now answering Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogata is one word. Atmani eva atmana. 3 words are there. Atmani eva atmana. Put together. Atman eva atmana. Tushtaha. Sthita pragyaha. Tada uchyate. So he says, you are asking, what are the marks of Sthita pragya? A man of steady wisdom. I am telling you now. What I am telling? Tada uchyate. Then a person is called a man of stable wisdom. Then, tada. That means when, so yada, the word comes yada, the first line. The second line, tada, word comes. Tada means there. So then I call him a Sthita Pragya. Him I call him a Sthita Pragya. Then, that means the question comes, when do you call a person Sthita Pragya? So yada. Then it starts like that. Prajahati. One who has completely renounced. He has left away. He has not attached himself to anything. One who has completely renounced. Prajahati. Jahati is a beautiful word. Jahati means one who has renounced. Prajahati means Prakrishta Jahati. That means thoroughly, completely, without an iota of doubt, he has renounced. What he has renounced? Kama. So yada word must be taken first. Yada, when a person has completely renounced, what he has renounced? Kama, sarvan. Sarvan, kama. All types of desires. Kama means desire. All sorts of desires. Sarvan is it. Not even one kama is to be kept. All kama, all types of desires are left, are renounced. Manogata. These kamas, from where they are coming? From arising in the mind. All the desires arise in the mind. So the mental modification is called kama. The same mental modification turned into different form, then you call it krodha. That is anger. The same thing, it modifies it differently, then you call it kama, krodha, lobha, greediness. So there are 6 enemies, they say. So these 6 enemies are mental modifications. These mental modifications are, that's why they are manogata. Gata means it is coming from. So where coming from? From mana. So from manas. From the mana, in your mind, it is arising. So all the thoughts are arising from the mind. Manogata. Manas, in Sanskrit, for mind, there are 4 terms are used. One is chittam, another is manas, another is buddhi, and another is ahankara. All these put together are called in English mind. We do not have much differentiation or the proper English words for these individual words that are available in Sanskrit or in our local languages. In all Indian languages you have this. Chitta, this is what happened to your chitta, why your chitta is so disturbed, like that we say. So chitta, then comes manas, then buddhi, then behind the three, ahankar, that is egoism. So what is manas, chitta, buddhi? So our Vedanta Shastra, Vedanta scriptures define as chitta as a container. So you got a container. So this is a glass. So this is the container. This container is called chitta. Now think of the thoughts as threads. So suppose so many threads you collect, say 1000 threads, and put it in this glass. So all the threads will be coming up. So each thread is one thought wave. So we call it vritti, manovritti. It is called in Sanskrit manovritti. Vritti means what? It comes from the vritta. Vritta means circling. So if you take a point, touch with your pen, and then start circling that point, and you are going on like this. So the circle is making bigger and bigger, going out. You started from the center, and you are doing like this, so it is going out. This is called vritti, circle. So the thoughts are rising from the mind, from the chitta, so many thoughts are rising. So there may be clash of thoughts also. Today it's now 5:30. Should I go to ashram and listen to Geeta, or to go to somewhere else? Because friend has come. He is telling, let us go somewhere else. What to do? So there are two different clash of ideas. I should go to ashram or not. I should go to some other place. So two thoughts have come. Like that, 20 thoughts are there, 50 thoughts are there, 100 thoughts are there, 1000 thoughts are there. Always the thoughts are coming up in the mind. So many thoughts are arising. So chitta is like a container where the thoughts are coming. And then when the thoughts are coming, so many thoughts are there, suddenly you make a decision. You say, no, I shall go to class. Or you say, no, I shall go to Sentosa. Then you tell your friend, luckily you came, I say. Otherwise I have to go and listen to 1 hour the babbling of the song. Luckily you came and saved me. Like that you praise your friend and then go with him to Sentosa. So, anyway, whether you come or not is not the point. What I am telling the point is, you decide to do out of the two or out of the many, you decide to do one. That is called buddhi. Nishchayatmika buddhi. That is the definition Vedanta gives. What is buddhi? Nishchayatmika. Nishchay. It makes nishchay. Nishchay means determine. Whenever you determine in your mind, I shall do this, that means your buddhi has acted, not manas. Why? Why not? You can say manas has acted. In English, of course, we say my mind has decided, mind has thought of. You use everything for manas, this mind. But in Sanskrit, it is not like that. So they say the buddhi is that faculty of the mind that decides at that particular time, yes, I shall decide this. And manas is lots of thoughts are coming. You can watch your mind and quietly you sit. Even when you come here and sit and quietly watch your mind, you don't need to do the above. Just sit there quietly and watch your mind. What types of thoughts are coming? You'll be surprised. So many thoughts are arising in the mind, one after another. Where they are arising? They are arising in your chitta. So chitta is called lake. Chitta is compared to lake, where the ripples are coming in the waters and they are called thoughts. They are called vrittis. So thoughts are coming again and again and again. So many thoughts are coming. Sometimes one small wave stops. So that the buddhi has acted. So these three are being done because the background that I is there. All these three are hooked to that I. That's why all the three are functioning. So Krishna says, Sarvan Kama, all types of desires are Manogata. They are all coming from Manas. So recently I went to a devotees convention in Malaysia, in a Kuala Lumpur center. It was a half-day function. And then they asked me to speak on training of mind. So I took up Swamiji's idea. In Raja Yoga, Swami Vivekananda says about the mind. He classifies the mind into 3 levels. The first level is a conscious level, he says. And conscious level, I am aware of everything. I'm not going to repeat that half-an-hour lecture here. Just in gist I'm telling you. Conscious level, you know that you are sitting in Sala. You know that you are listening to me. But that is the conscious level. But there is a third subconscious level within you. If I ask you, say, yesterday what you were doing at this time, why you didn't come for the question answer session? If I ask you, then you remember, yesterday I was there at some place. So that thought was there, you are aware of that, but you are not aware consciously, it was hidden somewhere. That is called subconscious level. So like that, many thoughts are hidden in the lower level, subconscious level. How do you say that it is lying in subconscious level? If the thought can be easily retrieved, if the thought can be easily pulled out to the conscious level, that means that thought was lying in the subconscious level. If any thought you cannot pull out, for instance, when you are 5 years old, on this date and month, what you are doing, you cannot pull it. Where is the thought gone? You had experience. You must have 5-year-old child. You must have very good experience. But then, it is not visible now. You are not remembering it. So where it is the thought gone away, vanished from your mind? No. Not a single thought is vanished. Not a single thought can be destroyed. Every thought and every experience are stored in a hard disk. And it is called unconscious level. If you want, you can take it out also. At the right time, you can take it out. So, the 3 levels Swami Vivekananda says, our mind has got 3 levels, and this manas is what thinking about having all sorts of thoughts. So, Krishna very beautifully says, these sarvan kama, all types of desires arising from manas, manogata. Then what he says? Yada, when in a person, all the thoughts arising from the mind are completely renounced. He is tada. Then Sthita Prajna Uchyate. He is said to be Sthita Prajna. Now this is a very misleading statement if you stop here. That's why Krishna did not stop here. It was simply said, the first line is over. No, he adds something extra in the second line. What he says, Atman eva atmana tushtaha. Atmani eva atmana tushtaha. By oneself, in his own self, tushtaha, satisfied. Another adjective he adds for this Sthita Prajna. Why? Because you find there are people, the mental conditions in psychology, they study about this type of subjects. There are some people who have no desire at all. They have become psychological patients. Absolutely no desire. Nothing they want to do. If you make him sit, he will be sitting there. You take him to go and eat, you say, whatever is given, he eats. Then you have to tell him, go and wash your hands, then he washes his hands. If he washes his hands, put on his tap out, and then he go on washing. Next, what he should do, for that some thought must come inside. So some the desire only makes us work. So desire has got some benefit also. It only makes us work. So if you don't have desire, what you will do tomorrow? So you look at something, some desire must be there. So the desires make you work, and these desires are completely absent from him. So he is a mental patient. Can you call him Sthita Prajna? No. You can't call him. second qualification, what Krishna says, is not there in him. What is the second qualification? He says, Atmani eva Atmana Tushtaha. One who is satisfied by his own self, in his self. That person, and who has renounced all desires arising from the mind, he is called Sthita Prajna. He is called a man of wisdom, a man of stable mind. So, this is a very beautiful statement. Atmani eva Atmana Tushtaha. Tushta means satisfied. Santushta, that is one word. We say that. Santosha. Tushta word comes from Tosha. Santosha. So this, when you are satisfied, happy, you are glad in yourself, not in external. What is the modern man's problem? We think that santushta, the pleasure of happiness, the happiness state of mind is I am drawing from external objects. Always I think I will be happy. When I had one Nokia phone, I was very happy. Wow, cell phone has come, Nokia phone has come. Very happy. Then Samsung phone came. Then if I have only Samsung phone, how nice it will be. I thought I would be happy. So I had Samsung phone. Then again it comes. No, iPhone 8 is coming. I should now search for iPhone 8. Let me have Apple phone. So you think your satisfaction depends upon the external objects. So by acquiring external objects, I feel that I will be happy. Not knowing that the entire happiness is already I am having within me, Atmani, within myself. There is an infinite happiness within me. Because I have not turned my mind, my focus towards inside me. I am still searching outside my happiness. So where is happiness? By going to temple, will I get happiness? By doing this puja and archana, will I get happiness? By studying some scriptures, will I get happiness? By doing this, will I get happiness? By doing charity, will I get happiness? So man is trying to find out happiness by doing all sorts of activities. And he thinks that he can get happiness. At that moment also, suppose a man wants to do charity. He comes and tells me, Maharaj, you have got this voice in your voice zone, I want to feed. So here is $300. Please take and feed them on evening. I said, okay, I'll feed him. After giving the money and taking the receipt, he is satisfied. He goes. So he thinks his satisfaction is dependent on doing a charity. Like that, we search for happiness and we think happiness is coming to me from the external objects, while it is not true. Why it is not true? Because that happiness cannot be acquired from outside. One example. I am a very good eater. Say I like sweets. Plenty of sweets I want to eat. So somebody has got a beautiful big size rasgulla. Rasgulla is very famous in Bengal. And the Bengalis are so fond of rasgulla. Because I stayed in Bengal for many years, I also become fond of. And that's why Guru said, that's why I'm giving you diabetes, don't touch the rasgulla. So don't touch the rasgulla. But the rasgulla has come today. Even though I'm diabetic, I like to eat. What I think at the time, the happiness, the santushta, the happiness, satisfaction, I will get from eating that rasgulla. So I take one piece. I'm so happy. Immediately, that happiness makes me feel, why not I have another piece? Okay, let me have another piece. Second piece I have taken. Now I feel my stomach is half full. After this, I cannot take rice, I cannot take anything. Fruits are there, nothing I will touch. Because 2 rasgullas have almost filled my stomach. But then the server, who is serving very lovingly, the devotee says, Maharaj, why don't you take one more? Take just one more, only today only, it's all right. Nothing will happen to you. Have some insulin injections, all right. So take one more. So one more is given to me. I take that one more also. 3 rasagullas, big rasagullas I have taken. I feel that my food. Yesterday one small boy came to the ashram. So he was taking food. So he wanted papad. So I gave papad. So 2 papads he took. And then I told him, take this also. He said, no, I am full. Small boy, this much only. He's telling, I am full. He says, what can you do so small body? He says, full. So the fullness comes. What about the happiness? If the happiness is really in the Rasagulla, should it not continue to give me happiness? This is the reason Vedanta postulates. When you discuss philosophy of desire, Vedanta gives this reason. It says, if the happiness is in the object of your enjoyment, then that object should continuously give you the satisfaction. Does it give? So in this example we find, after 3 rasagullas or 4 rasagullas, you cannot eat, you simply very harshly tell that person, no, I shall not eat anymore. What happened to your happiness? Rather, if you eat more, it will lead to unhappiness. It will lead to indigestion. You have to go to the bathroom several times. So now you understand what you thought that an object will give you happiness. The object is not giving you happiness. What does it mean? The theory is that happiness is not in the external object. It is in your mind. You thought by eating rasgulla you get happiness, but already that happiness is there within you. But you superimposed the idea of happiness on the object externally, and by acquiring that object, you felt happy. That is what Vedanta explains. So, Vedanta gives us clear-cut practical hints. Don't think your santushta, your tushti, your happiness, your satisfaction lies in the external objects. No, never it can be. In any of the best bliss that you can get, what you can call it bliss, then you see it is not in the external. Any type of enjoyment you take, any type of happiness that you derive from any type of enjoyment, it becomes bitter at some stage of that. You have to leave it. If you don't want to leave it on your own, nature has got a method. Swami says, nature will come in, step in at that time when you don't want to leave it. So it will come and give you slaps. Swami calls it thrashing. Nature will give you thrashing. And then it will take that person away, that object away from you. So that you are made to realize that what you thought by having that, possessing that object, you are going to have happiness, that object is taken away from you. The nature will have its own method. And when it takes away from you, it will make you realize that happiness does not lie in that object. It is within you. So, Atmani eva Atmana tushtaha. By oneself, Atmana, where Atmani, in the self. By oneself, in the self, if you are happy, then, and if you have renounced all sorts of desires coming from mind, then tata, then only that person, Sthita Prajna Uchyate, he is said to be Sthita Prajna. Find out amongst ourselves who is Sthita Prajna. There are 2 qualifications, he says, Krishna says. Ka bhasha, what is the mark of that person? For that, this is the answer. What is the mark of that person? The mark of the person is a person is fully happy within himself, and a person who does not have any desire. He is not like the mental patient who cannot think of any desire. He is that type of person who does not have any desire because he has renounced all desires, and he is happy within himself. These 2 are the marks of a jnani. A Brahma jnani, when you see, you can understand, oh, this person has got no desire at all. No desire. And then this person is completely renounced all desires. And then how is he being said to be happy? He is happy within himself. Because that happiness is infinite. It is called bliss, anandam. It's called. That's why what is the nature of the God? Nature of divinity is Satchit Anandam. So exists pure existence or absolute existence, absolute knowledge, absolute bliss. All the bliss type, anything you say happiness, these are all different forms of bliss. So Taittiriya Upanishad says, what is the quantum of a bliss? So the bliss, it multiplies the bliss into different forms. Say a person, he sees a lady and then he falls in love with her. Then they marry, they get a child. So in everything, one quantum of bliss, you say X. Meeting a boy meeting a girl, you call it X bliss. From X bliss you go on increasing, and the Upanishad gives a list of such bliss. And finally it says, that which is infinite, and that is bliss. And that bliss, where it is? Not externally, it is within myself. So, a bliss which is within myself, Atmani, and realized by myself, Atmana, that type of tushta, that type of satisfaction, that is the mark of the person who has realized soul, or whose pragya, whose intellect, whose knowledge is said to be sthita, that is stabilized. So this mark you can find in many saints' lives. Ramana Maharshi was like that. Ramakrishna was like that. Holy Mother was like that. In many multiple saints that our India has produced, not only India, the outside also. You can go into see in different places. He is quite happy within himself. A Buddhist monk had a friend. It's a Zen story. So the friend was a very rich man. He wanted to write all the property in his will in the name of the Buddhist. So the friend was talking to another friend. He was telling, what I am going to do tomorrow. So what you are going to do? Tomorrow I am going to the advocate. Why? I am going to write a will. The will of all your property, such a rich man you are. How many people you are going to share? He said, no, I am not going to give to anybody of my relations. In that monastery, there is a monk is there. I am going to write all my property should go after my death to that monk. So this friend who heard it, he was very curious. Some people are like that. The moment you hear first news, they would like to go and tell others. So this fellow went straight to the monastery and met the monk, and we were talking in a casual way of telling, I met that rich friend of yours. Then he said, is it so? Oh, you are talking to me, yes. And he was telling one beautiful thing. So I want to tell you, I could not sleep yesterday. Unless I tell you, I won't be satisfied. Okay, tell me, what did he say? He said, all his property, such a rich man, all his property is going to give it to you. When the monk asked, after his death, the monk said, does he not know that before he died, I have already died? What a beautiful answer is. I am already dead. Dead to the properties, dead to the things outside me. I am already dead. And to the dead person he is going to hand over. That is the thing. So, when you are dead to the world, then him only you call sannyasi. So, a sannyasi is what? One who is dead to the world. He has got no attachment to the world. World will go on. You are completely detached. Even the biggest type of hardship come to you, you smile. You don't feel anything bad. What is there? This is for the body, this will happen. There are many saints out there who doesn't care for the body. Even if it has come, it doesn't matter. One such thing happened recently. I'm sorry to tell you, one incident recently happened in our mission. We have another monk here, Vijay Maharaj. His name is Swami Geeta. His permit has to be extended for another 2 years. So he went to immigration. So they told, go to doctor and get full sickness, full certificate. So he went to the doctor. And in the medical examination, they found to be that this person having lung cancer. He was strong. And the news reached my ears. Yeah. Air of gloom presented here. We could not talk to each other. I looked at him. Doctor came. Doctors, we put a board of doctors. They came, they sat with us, and they explained what is what. The lung cancer is what is meant. We are all lay people, we don't know medical. So I told them to explain. And they explained, as the patient party, I am the patient party man. So to me, the doctors explained what is what. When they heard the dangers, it was so terrible. And I was looking at him, side glances, and Vijay Maharaj was completely gone. He was smiling. After everybody gone, he said, Maharaj, there is nothing to worry. Anyway, the body is going to go one day. Whether it is 4 years or 1 year, it doesn't matter. So you are not afflicted by a thing that comes to you, which is considered as a great thing. When people get cancer, when the doctors break this news also to the patient party, he would take so many examples he'll give, so many introductions he'll give, and then only he'll slowly break this news. You don't break suddenly like that. But the doctor said, you are all monks, so I won't mince words, he said. I won't mince words. I'll directly come to the point and tell you. And he told it. So, Atmani eva Atmana. If you are satisfied within yourself, what is happening outside? I am already dead to the world. And again you are asking me that when I am going to die. At the day of sannyasa, we are dead to the world. Finished. And now you are again telling me, on this date I am going to die. It has got no meaning because I am already dead. That is what the Buddhist monk, Zen monk told. I am already dead and he wants to give all the property to me. After his death is this. But before him I am already dead. It's a very profound statement to think. What a wonderful statement it is. So, when a person has got renounced all types of desires, no desire comes into his mind. There is a state of mind where the mind is bereft of all desires. No desire at all. Whatever happens, let it happen. It all happens according to the Lord's will. Let us surrender to the Lord. And God is taking care. That's all. And if the Lord wills is that I should meet with an accident, I will meet with an accident. If the Lord will is that I should get escape from the accident, I shall get escape from the accident. So, accept every item of life as the Lord's will. With that complete surrender, you have no problem at all. That's Sri Ramakrishna's parable comes to my mind. So, a thief was brought to the court. So the magistrate was sitting there. When he saw the thief, he was surprised. Because he cannot be a thief. He has taken such a good name in the village. Everybody knows. And he was a cloth maker. So a cloth maker, known to every village, everyone in the village, as the honest man. How he came as a thief before me? So the magistrate asked him, hey, what is the matter? How you are brought here before me? He said, sir, by Rama's grace, I took my meals and went to that town. Town means, before the house, there is a small place where you can go and sit. It's called town. So I was sitting in the town. Suddenly, by Rama's grace, one big parcel fell down through over the compound wall. Some fellow has stolen something and he was being chased by police. So that fellow, what he did, he threw it in this house. And I was sitting there. So the police entered my house and they found this. So by Rama's grace, the police found me. I am the thief. So they took me to the jail. So yesterday night I was kept in the jail. By Rama's grace, I am brought up today before you, sir. That magistrate was very happy. No, he is telling the truth. he cannot tell a lie, so he released him. So when he came back to the village, all the villagers came to him. Hey, how you got caught by the police and then came out next day? You know, by Rama's grace, I was released by the magistrate. So whether it is a release or whether it was capturing and put in the jail, that is a suffering for him and this is happiness for him. But then to this man, a simple clockmaker, you see, both are same. His mind is Atmane eva Atmana Tushtala. So he is not searching for any happiness outside. With all God's grace, he has left to God. So no difficulty is a difficulty for him and no pressure is pressure for him. Both are renounced. So Sarvan Kama, all types of desires, Prajahati, completely renounced, and Atmani, in the self, Atmana, by his own self, Tushtaha, happy. Then that person I would call, or that person is said to be Sthita Prajnana. He is said to be a man of steady wisdom. What a beautiful thing. You can, business, you all read so many books of godly books you read. So you can yourself find out such incidents from the saint's life where a saint kept completely cut off from the external happenings and he was very happy within himself. Rama was like that. Rama is an avatar. That avatar to teach us how in both the situations you can remain sane. So Valmiki describes Rama's face. Early morning, Dasharatha calls Rama. Rama went to see his father in his palace. And then he says, going down to father, he asked, yes, father, you called me today. He said, yes, I want to break the very happiest news for me. Rama was quite nonchalant. No change in his face. He said, Dad, what is the happiest news? Happiest news is, tomorrow morning, I am handing over the power to you. Tomorrow morning, you are becoming the king of this Ayodhya. Hearing that, he said, okay, he went away. On that day afternoon, some big thing happened. Kaikeyi was perturbed. She called Dasaratha and she told, my son has to become the king. How did you forget your words to become the king? Not Kaushalya, sir. So you must fulfill that. And then you gave me 2 boons. I am asking the 2 boons now. Give me those 2 boons. And she asked the boons. First boon was, Bharat should be the king. Second boon was, Ram should go for 14 years. Now, Dasharatha had to obey. Because they were all in those days, they were all very much meticulous about the word. If the word is given, that should be kept up. Only in Kalika, there are many situations when you cannot keep up the word. But in those times, the word is word. So, Dasharatha had to succumb. And then, Kaikeyi says, sends information to Sri Ram, your father wants to meet you here, so come to my palace. And Ram goes to Kaikeyi's palace. And he sees Kaikeyi is so distraught. And his father is laying in the bed and weeping and crying. So when he goes there, then Kaikeyi tells the message, your father wants that you should go to forest tomorrow. So Valmiki writes, when he received the news that tomorrow he will become the king, and at evening he is receiving the news he has to go to forest, his face was same, no change. Why no change? Because he never sought happiness in the kingdom. Being a king, he never felt that is a happiness to him. Because Rama was Atmani eva Atmana Tushtaha. He was completely satisfied within himself. Atma Rama is it. Atma Rama means one who is completely. Even the word Rama, the Rama word itself is a beautiful word. It means happiness. Ramate. One who is happy is called Rama. So where is his happiness? Ram's happiness is not an external object. It is internal. So that type of person who has renounced all desires. Otherwise he could even argue with his father. I am the first son. I should get legally. Who can say no to me? If Bharat wants, then let him fight with me. Like the neighbor told. But it is simple. Because he did not find or seek happiness in external objects. But what is the problem with us? We always seek happiness in external objects. So whatever I want, it should be done. Whatever I need, it should be given to me. Whatever is necessary for me, or I think that here only my happiness is, that must be done. So I tell everyone the conditions, do this, do that. So why? Because we are searching for happiness outside. Okay, we may search for happiness outside, we may get happiness sometimes we don't get, and we slowly come to the position. One day the knowledge will dawn upon us that happiness does not lie externally. It is inside. That knowledge must come. So towards that only we are all proceeding. So by learning these two marks of a man of steady wisdom, we can learn what? We can try to reduce the number of desires in our mind. It's not Sarvan. Krishna gives a tall order. Sarvan Kaman, he says. Sarvan Kaman may not be there, but at least if there are 100 desires, let us make it 90. 10 desires, let us use. So like that we can slowly reduction. And also find happiness within oneself. Trying to find happiness not outside, but within oneself. So in these two things we can practice. Slowly we shall proceed to the level of a man of steady wisdom. We shall proceed. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Ram Krishna.